Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken.
끈 풀어서 종이 끈 풀어서
끈 없으면 고정이 안
중에-
돼가지고.
아
왜 뭐 하는 거야? 왜 찾아온 거예요? 갑자기 깜짝 놀랐네.
비앱은 하고 싶은데
왜 왔어요?
비앱 하려고.
V앱?
생방이죠. 왜 오고?
안녕하세요 여러분, 정우입니다. 방금 밥을 먹고 빵을 먹고 또 빵을 먹으려고.
I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
조심해요.
싱큼.
오늘
I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
리허설 끝나고 나서 어제 오늘 태영이가 정구한테 진짜 많이 혼났어요.
야 종가 명대사 하나 있잖아.
그래 명언 해줘. 똑같이 한 번만 해요. 그래.
비형, 응? 리허설을 왜 하는 건데?
왜 하는 거야?
오늘 실수를 하지 않기 위해 진심을 다해서 맞추는 게 리허설입니다. 근데 그 본경 때 그렇게
야 근데 야 봉경이 때 그렇게 오늘은 너가 틀렸잖아.
아니 틀린 게 아니죠 그건.
틀린 거지.
이벤트죠 이벤트.
이벤트? 야, 서로 맞추는 부분이 있었는데 야, 맞추는 거 왜 해? 사전에 맞추는 거는.
그거 오늘 리허설 잘 못했어.
아 싸우지마.
The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel, I'm just lost, I feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
오늘 리허설 끝나고 나서 어제 오늘 태영이가 정구한테 진짜 많이 혼났어요.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy, I need some silence, please. You're all too loud, you don't speak quietly. Opinions violently thrown across every surface, it makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds and put the work in, we got some work, man. I started to do. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone, just wanna break, no.
I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you. We died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous.
정국이한테 갈까? 정국. 잠시만요. 정국이한테 말할게요. 정국 1112 한다.
Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of love, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty.
I just gotta get through, gotta get through. I just gotta get through, gotta get through.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it.
정국아! 네, 지금 정국이 방에 들어왔는데 정국이가 정국아 지금 비에
누구신가?
비에
잠시만 너옷 안 입고 있어요. 잠시만.
아하 옷을 안 입고 있다고 하네요. 옷을 안 입다고 하면 정국이 옷을 안 입고 있어? 정국이 옷을 안 입고 있어? 정국아 옷 안 입고 있어?
아직 안 입고 있었지.
아 우리 정국씨 자신 끈 풀었어? 정국이 끈 풀었어?
끈 없으면 도저히 안
중에-
돼가지고.
아
왜 뭐 하는 거야? 왜 찾아온 거예요? 갑자기 깜짝 놀랐네.
응? 비앱은 하고 싶은데
왜 왔어요?
비앱 하려고.
V앱.
응.
생방이세요?
응. 왜 오고?
안녕하세요, 여러분. 여러분 아직 저 안 씻었어요.
네 맞아요. 저도 안 씻었어요.
Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling them out.
문이 잠겼어요. 그래서 저는 마스터 키를 찾으러 가겠습니다, 여러분. 거기까지 가면 와이파이가 꺼지기 때문에 저는 안녕히 계세요. 나 뭐지? 바이바이.
I'm pushing a train, I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People that sleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the
the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
들렸지?
제 키 틀렸지.
아 내가 그렇게 불렀는데 안 오더라고.
족각들 왜 이렇게 해요?
내부자들
형은
감명 있게 봐서.
형은
그래, 너도
B형이잖아요.
비야 너. 리허설 끝나고 나서 어제 오늘 태영이가 정국이한테 진짜 많이 혼났어요.
야 종가 명대사 하나 있잖아.
그래 명은 해줘.
똑같이 한 번만 해요. 한 번.
그래. B형. 응? 리허설을 왜 하는 건데?
왜 하는 거야?
공연에 실수를 하지 않기 위해 진심을 다해서 맞추는 게 리허설입니다. 근데 그 본경 때 그렇게
야 근데 야 봉경이 때 그렇게 오늘은 너가 틀렸잖아.
아니 틀린 게 아니죠 그건.
틀린 거지.
이벤트죠 이벤트.
이벤트? 야 서로 맞추는 부분이 있었는데 맞추는 거 왜 해? 사전에 맞추는 거는.
그건 리허설 잘 못했어.
아 싸우지 마.